Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to London, Ontario for tonight's action between the London Lightning and the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans here at Budweiser Gardens. Justin Pritzel alongside me is Chris Groucher, and we're all set for what should be a very interesting matchup. The London Lightning are coming in, taking on the Titans for their third consecutive game. Chris, what are your thoughts on both of these teams coming into tonight's matchup here?
Well, it is interesting, of course, having that 3 games straight between these two teams, at least from London's end. And for London, it's a bit of a revenge game. They, of course, lost the second game, won the first game. And for them, it was tough because that second game against KW was their 5th game in 8 days. And you could really tell on the floor they had some heavy feet out there. And, of course, they have some guys with the flu, too. A lot of teams are going through that right now. And that's one of the things that really gave London troubles in that game. At the same time, they committed too many fouls. KW got to the line too many times. The cause of which I'll leave up to whoever was watching that game. However, you could see with both of these teams, there's a competitiveness between them. KW is the new team here. They want to prove themselves against London. They know London's the benchmark and the one that they want to beat.
Yes, sir. And, of course, you have Kitchener-Waterloo coming in after a game against the Windsor Express last night, coming in the back-to-back. They lost to the Express in that matchup. Now, what were your thoughts about Kitchener-Waterloo in that matchup last night?
Well, I didn't think they played terribly. It wasn't exactly a pretty game between the two teams. However, of course, you had Kitchener shooting 1 of 18 from three-point land. It's going to be hard to win a game when you're shooting like that. I don't think that happens twice for Kitchener-Waterloo.
And we'll have to pause for the national anthem. We'll be right back in just a second.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we would ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the Canadian national anthem to be performed by Ms. Jen Annan. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
And a great performance right there of the national anthem as they prepare for the starting fives for tonight's matchup. So right now, as we're discussing, of course, with Kitchener-Waterloo and London, with Kitchener-Waterloo, they're coming in with the starting 5 of Jameer Harris, along with Adam Blazek, A.J. Davis, Adam Waite, as well as coming in as well, Cavell Johnson. So basically right now, with this team as well, the one thing to watch as they start the introductions down below, one thing to watch is also Royce White, who has just been completely dominant out of the front court for London as a whole so far, along with Julian Boyd. What are your thoughts on him and Boyd?
Well, I mean, that front court's been tough to contain for just about every team in this league. I mean, Royce White, of course, you could fill almost an entire game with the nice things people have said about him during his time in the league, and almost all of it's justified. He's a front runner for MVP this early going, and obviously London wasn't happy with the results of their last game, but one of the takeaways is the fact that Royce White led them in points, rebounds, and assists in that game, recording his second straight triple-double. To put that in perspective, recording a triple-double is a very rare feat in this league. The career record is held by Cedric Moody with 3 triple-doubles. Now, going back to the game Thursday that the London Lightning played, Royce White was 1 assist shy of getting a triple-double in that game. So Royce White almost became the career leader with 3 triple-doubles in only 3 games. He almost swept the triple-double standings, I guess, the rankings for NBL Canada, and I think that just shows you how impressive a player he has been here in NBL Canada and for the London Lightning in this early going. He's going to be a tough matchup for KW. They don't really have a guy with his bulk who can really handle down low. And London's really started to use some creative plays with the quick passing ability of White. And I know KW had some struggles with that. And this is a London team that's going to be a lot fresher than they were last time they played KW.
Yes, we'll have to see how they perform tonight. And then you have Kitchener-Waterloo with their backcourt as well. What are your thoughts with that as well?
Well, with Tarrant and Blazek, they've got two very dynamic guards who have been producing quite a bit in the early going this season. Adam Blazek, of course, was one of the role players for the Niagara River Lions last year. He wasn't a prolific scorer. He could certainly score, but it wasn't his calling card. This season, the shackles are off, and he's just been firing away for the KW Titans. He's leading the team in scoring right now, and he's shown that three-point range. And as we mentioned last night, they could have beat the Windsor Express with better three-point shooting. Adam Blazek didn't have a great night from the three-point line. I don't think that happens twice. Look for him to be making up for lost time tonight.
We'll have to see how they perform here as they prepare down below.
I just want to take a moment here to give a shout out here. This is Flashlight, the mascot, one of the mascots here who has beat cancer. And so this is a big moment here as the team gets to go with them, take a picture there. So congratulations, Jack Strong, and just a really nice moment here.
A good moment indeed down below. For tonight, that's for sure, and a good moment overall. And by the way, fans who may have noticed, it is also a whiteout night for the London Lightning as well in their white jerseys, Titans with the black jerseys, so it should be a very interesting night here as they set up for the ceremony stuff down below as well with Cavell Johnson, and as well as down below, I believe it was Ryan Anderson. So basically with the adjustments down here, you're of course basically what do you expect from them overall tonight, because London of course had many players dealing with the flu. From speaking with Kyle Julius, he said most of them are over that flu for the very least. So how do you feel they will play overall and try and keep that defense as well up?
Well, I think the fact that they had 5 games in 8 days, that's going to be difficult for any team in this league, and they really started to show the wear and tear by the end. They, of course, had guys who were sick, and now they get a week off, which is huge for this team because it came at just the right time. They've got a tough back-to-back, actually. They have to play Windsor here tomorrow night, and, of course, it's tomorrow in the afternoon, 2 o'clock if you want to get your tickets. The Budweiser Gardens box office is the place you want to go. But they've got a tough matchup with KW tonight, who's going to run, and they're going to have to run. And then you get to play Windsor the next day, and Windsor's going to beat you up. So this is a very tough back-to-back for the Lightning. If they can take one here, that's big for them. But I know sitting at 4-3, that's not where they want to be record-wise. So I know for a fact that they really would like to get 2 out of here, because that would be absolutely huge for the Lightning in their push to be one of the top teams in the Central Conference.
Well, right now that's still good enough at this point of the season to be at the top of the division standings as well with that 4-3 record, because most of the other teams have 3 losses, and as of last night, at the very least, Niagara was the one at the bottom with 5 losses. So a lot of shuffling, of course, a lot of parity going on. London will definitely want to pull away from the pack in the early going so far, and they don't want to have it deal with a tiebreaker near the end as well.
And yeah, I think the thing with London right now is the record is more a symptom of their conference right now. I mean, if you look at all of those teams, Niagara coming into the season, I don't think anyone looked at Logan Stutz, Kirk Williams Jr., Chris Commons, and said, oh, that's going to be a bottom of the conference team. There are 5 very strong teams in the Central Conference right now. All 5 of them could take a game on any given night, and I think that's why you haven't seen any team pull ahead, is because they're very evenly matched. And I think it's going to be a very tough grind for London, especially having the 5 and 8 days. You have to go a week, then you get cold again, and then you got to go back to back right after. That's a very tough schedule for them, and we're going to see tonight, and more importantly tomorrow night, how they respond to that.
We'll have to, that's for sure. And Coach Julius also noted that also had issues with trying to get the team chemistry-wise in practice, he said, when I spoke with him before the game tonight. to get everything together with his team. He also said he wants to see better man-to-man defense. We'll have to see what happens with that tonight as well.
Well, part of the thing with the defense, too, is when you play 5 games in 8 days, that's only 3 potential practice dates. You don't actually get to practice all that much, and in the early going of the season, where everyone's still trying to figure things out, that's going to make it very difficult. And that you saw by the end, there was a little bit of communication issues on defense, and then that led to some losses that, of course, Coach Julius wishes he could have coached right out of it. And then, of course, you look at the heavy feet, and I really think that was what hurt them in that game against KW, was just the heavy feet. KW played a brilliant game. This is no discredit to them, but London really didn't have 110% out there. So I think this one will be a more accurate depiction of how these two teams are going to play against each other. Now, mind you, I talked about how London has the tough back-to-back between London, or playing KW tonight and Windsor tomorrow night. Well, that's pretty much what KW has to do here. They, of course, played Windsor last night, as we mentioned earlier. And again, Windsor's a team that they're very physical. I mean, Nick Evans had a double-double in that game. He's a crasher and banger, right? And you have to deal with that physicality. And then come here and play London the very next day. That wears on you. And it's going to be interesting to see how KW, because they're a smaller team, is that wear and tear going to affect them in this game, or are they going to come back strong?
We'll have to see. With Nick Evans, he had 16 rebounds, by the way, in last night's matchup. Maurice Jones also had a double-double as well. As the starting 5 for your London Lightning tonight is Julian Boyd, along with Ryan Anderson, Boyce White, Garrett Williamson, as well as Junior Kadugan.
And that's really been the death lineup, as my brother likes to call it. The top 5 guys for the Lightning, whenever they put them on the floor, they just seem to pull ahead rather easily. That's really been the 5 go-to guys for the London Lightning. And so Coach Julius, he's not being shy about it. He's willing to start this game going best on best and see if Kitchener can match up. And it's going to be interesting to see if London, who of course has come up to fast starts in almost every game this season, how Kitchener handles that initial flurry.
We'll have to see as the fans are on their feet as we're almost set to go here at Budweiser Gardens. The thousands in attendance standing on their feet for what should be a fun matchup. 3 games straight for London against the Titans. Time to listen. We're almost set here from London. We'll have to see how these two teams perform, that's for sure. And as the Lightning players shake hands, we're almost set to go for the tip-off here on Whiteout Night for the Lightning.
Gotta say, those are some pretty slick-looking jerseys. I might have to pop by the pro shop later.
Yes, I wanted to say something about those. Those definitely look like next jerseys. As Boyd is all set for the tip along with Jameel Harris. And we're almost set to go here at Budweiser Gardens for MBLC action. Are you set to go, fans? I hope so, as we're all set the second. We're all set to go for the tip. And finally, we're underway with the tip-off as Harris gets the tip. Ryan Anderson tips it, and immediately Anderson gets London the first possession right out of the gate. On good awareness right there. Kadugan gives it to Boyd. Out to Anderson, pick set by White. Kicking it out to Williamson. Garrett Williamson misses the jump shot. And Adam Blazek will get the rebound on that one.
Bit of a chaotic start to that first possession, but KW kept their composure on defense. Got a really nice stop there.
Davis on the outside, passing to Blazek. Going across, going for the layup over Kadugan, and he's got the first basket of the game.
And that's Adam Blazek there. He's just a smart, tough player, and he's able to make those difficult shots that a lot of guys can't.
And Kadugan immediately rushes, gives it out to Julian Boyd for 3. Yes, sir!
Well, Julian Boyd has been absolutely crazy from the three-point line this season. He was shooting over 60% most of the way. He doesn't shoot a ton of them, but when he's out by that three-point line, look out.
And there's a whistle on the floor, and it's going to be an inbound down the side. So it'll still be Kitchener-Waterloo ball. As Adam Wayne will inbound it down here. Here we'll have to see how this possession goes here as Cavell Johnson gets the inbound. Guarded by White on the outside, gives it to Blazek. Blazek trying to get open, down to 10 on the shot clock. Back to Johnson. Shot from the jump shot, misses. Rebounded by Boyd inside, and down comes Kadugan on the offense. Kadugan finds Williamson. He saves it for going out of bounds. Boyd gets the man to jump, and he's got the layup.
Julian Boyd off to a hot start. He, of course, had 31 points earlier in this season. and he's really been a top scorer for the Lightning this year.
And meanwhile, Harris will miss the layup inside. Royce White has the rebound. And he'll play that point forward position coming down as Boyd sets the pick. Finds Boyd inside on the pass. Passes outside. Junior Cadogan with all day misses the three-pointer. You have to play good defense there on that shot. That was a lot of space there as there's Davis missing the layup inside. Garrett Williamson finding Ryan Anderson as they slow things down a little bit, driving inside, finds Williamson again. Cadogan driving, loses the handle, and there's a whistle on the floor. And Adam Blazek will get the whistle, and Junior Cadogan looks to be appearing to go to the line to shoot two here. He's been averaging 8.7 points per game this season, along with 4.8 assists per game.
You know, I don't like that foul there by Blazek. It's one of those ones, Cadogan was pretty far away from the rim. That was going to be a very difficult shot. Even if you just leave him be, he jumped from way far out. And you kind of bail him out. It was a difficult possession. You bail him out by giving him a chance at the free throw line here.
Yep, and there's the first free throw off the front of the rim. We'll have to see how he gets the second. It's currently already starting out 5-2 for the London Lightning in the first 2 minutes, as Cadogan goes 1 for 2 at the line to start things off. Once again, 10 minutes to go here in this first quarter. London up 6-2. As Blazek finds Cavell Johnson, finding Adam Wayne, and there's a whistle off the ball, and it's going to be an inbound on the side. Kitchener-Waterloo will keep possession here.
Yeah, that was going to be a little bit of a battle between either Jamel Harris and Cavell Johnson, didn't see which one, and Julian Boyd on London, who I believe is going to pick up that foul there.
Yep, and Adam Blazek will shoot the three, and he makes it in Junior Cadogan's face.
Well, Adam Blazek making sure to make up for the 1 of 18 shooting that Kitchener-Waterloo put up against Windsor in Windsor. And that time he already ties what KW did in the last game from beyond the arc.
And meanwhile, there's the missed shot inside as Blazek will bring it down the floor. Pulls up for the three-pointer, and it's off the rim. Rebounded inside by Julian Boyd, and he'll lead the offense down the floor. Driving right at Johnson. White gets it, and it's loose, and Blazek gets it inside. A little bit of a crazy possession there as now driving inside. Whistle on the floor, and it looks like they're going to call it just before the shot, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to be a blocking foul on Cadogan before the pass off there.
And yes, sir, and that's Junior Cadogan with the foul. That is going to be Cadogan's first, as the Titans keep possession. Johnson gets the inbound. White guarding him hard as Johnson with the fadeaway jumper makes it off glass.
Tough bank shot there from Cavell Johnson, who's a very experienced big in NBL Canada, of course, was a big part of those Brampton A's teams that gave London fits in the playoffs.
Yes, he is a former Defensive Player of the Year, in fact, from 2013-14 as well. As Boyd will shoot the three outside. Yes, sir, he makes it.
Well, Julian Boyd is feeling it right now, and you have to know he's going to go for that three-point shot. Again, he doesn't pull the trigger a ton, but if you leave him, he can bury that, so they're going to have to tighten up on Boyd.
Yes, he's been scoring 19 points per game to start off the season, and 61% from the field, 53% from three-point land.
That's going to be a foul there on Boyd again for blocking.
And that foul will end up sending the Titans to the line. It's going to be Harris this time around, as Harris, of course, was the one making the opening tip. So far this season, he's been averaging 7.8 points per game, along with 5.4 rebounds per game for the Titans, the 6'9" Eastern Michigan grad, as he makes the first free throw. Chance to tie it here at 9 here in the second attempt. And he makes it as there's substitution on the floor. Coming into the game now is Anthony Criswell for the London Lightning. Out of the game now is Julian Boyd, who has had a good start out of the gate so far for the London Lightning. As Cadogan gets it to Criswell, finds Williamson on the outside as Wade tries to play defense. White posting up on Johnson, goes inside, and he's going to make the layup inside on the post move.
Beautiful soft touch there, and the footwork too by Royce White, just a great inside presence.
And Harris now trying to size up Griswold, finds A.J. Davis. Again, finds Harris, open for the jump shot, and it just hits the front of the rim. Royce White with another rebound to start things off. And he'll find, and no, he'll drive inside, and that's a nice layup inside on that play. Almost looked like he was going to pass it there, but he gets it. As A.J. Davis, meanwhile, rushes down, shoots the three, and will miss it as Cadogan will slow things down on offense this possession here. White finding Anderson for three. And it just rolls out as Blazek has the rebound inside again. And so far, the London Lightning are up early on, 7:23 to go in this first quarter, up 13-9. As Harris slowing down this offense, down to 12 on the shot clock, as Johnson will go and put in the putback.
Well, again, a smart play there. Johnson cut around the screen set by Blazek very tight. And it was a difficult first shot, but he was able to chase it down, get his own rebound, never really gave up on that basket.
And now Anderson going, and he's going to step out of bounds on that line there. So it will be Titans possession. Look to try and make the pass onto the perimeter, but just couldn't stay in bounds there, right there. And it looks like substitution on the floor. Cavell Johnson is out. In the game now is Paul Cooper, who has been out for the past few games for the Titans. A big need for the Titans to return here with the size issue for at least the first game of these best of three games here between London and Kitchener-Waterloo here. And another substitution meanwhile, as Joel Friesen will come in for the Lightning.
Looks like he's going to take out Cadogan. That foul there was actually on Anthony Criswell, and that was Paul Cooper's size giving problems. He's a guy, of course, Coach Julius is familiar with. Cooper played for Kyle Julius as a member of the Mississauga Power 2 years ago, and was in camp with the London Lightning last season before the season started.
Yep, and with Paul Cooper, of course, he has also had experience last season with some games with the Island Storm in Windsor. As Griswold is out, in now is Troy Gottslig for London. As Cooper will immediately go into the post, going for the layup, misses, and rebounded by White. And White will rush things down the floor, finding Gottslig inside, rejected, and it looks like they count it as a foul, I believe. And
yeah, it's going to be a blocking foul there on Wing.
yes, it's a foul inside. Almost a good block there, but Wing with the foul there. Harris had the good rejection there if it wasn't for the foul.
Yeah, there was almost too many bodies there for there not to be a call. I mean, you had Harris, Gottslig at full speed, and poor Adam Wing just had to stand in there. I think he was inside the arc. Otherwise, it would have been a clean attempt at drawing the charge, but unable to that time.
And Gottslig will make the first of two free throws here. Here so far, he's been averaging just 1 point per game, and 2.8 rebounds per game off the bench so far for London. And as Blazek will set up the offense here, as London's now up by 4 after that. As Blazek finds Wing, Wing will give it right back as Blazek down to 16 on the shot clock. Driving inside, Davis finding outside Blazek. Wing going around. He'll slow things down to 6 on the shot clock. Friesen playing hard defense. Wing with the shot, misses. Rebounded by Anderson. And Royce White will drive inside on that possession, misses. Gottslig with the offensive rebound. And Anderson will start this off as Friesen slows down the possession. Gottslig going on the pick and roll. And a foul on the floor. And it is immediate timeout on that whistle right there. And with the score 15-11, what are your thoughts on the game so far in the first 6 minutes here?
Well, I think KW has done a great job of making sure London doesn't get off to that furious start that they're always known for. And I think they've done a good job of neutralizing guys like Royce White. We haven't seen a ton of inside action. Julian Boyd has points. He's a front court member. But most of those have come from the outside. We've seen the passing of Royce White come into play. We saw that one to Gottslig that ended up in foul shots. And we're seeing some good things from both teams. It's almost like a boxing match right now where this first round where they're just kind of feeling each other out, trying to get an idea for what the strategy of the other guy is coming in. And I think in round 2 here, we might start to see a couple of punches. Like the good kind, the figurative kind, not the real kind.
Yes, I believe most people realize that at this point. But definitely it's been a close game so far, or the man-to-man defense, in my opinion, has been looking much better so far for London's side. But to see how Kitchener-Waterloo performs overall coming out of this, because close game right now, but we'll have to see how they play with all the adjustments here, as London definitely would want to pull away at this point. Meanwhile, right now, we're getting things set up here. We'll have to see what happens down below. As right now they set things up down below after the timeout. As Ilby Williamson along with Royce White, Kyle Johnson will come in the game for London. Gottslig will stay in. Joel Friesen as well will be on the floor. Meanwhile, Tremar Sutherland, as well as his brother Jermeek, will be in the game, as well as Jameel Harris, as well as AJ Davis, as well as Paul Cooper.
You know, I kind of like the strategy here of, I kind of like the strategy here of having Gottslig in as long as he has been, because he's the guy on KW that they haven't, he's the guy on London that KW hasn't really seen. And so I think that'll be interesting, keeping Gottslig in that game, just because he's sort of a wrench in the plans that KW might have had.
And meanwhile, Friesen will miss the shot as Tremar Sutherland saves it from going out of bounds.
Apologies, folks. We're just trying out some audio stuff right here.
Meanwhile, Royce White.
That's going to be Garrett Williamson with the 2 right there. As looks like he ran into, I believe that's Tremeek Sutherland, and that was quite the shoulder that Sutherland took there. And Williamson draws a foul. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
And a good play right there, as Williamson, of course, broke the 1,000 points in a career mark for the NBLC. So we'll have to see how this is here. Of course, it was a good accomplishment for him. Just a couple players in London history have done that.
Well, he's the 3rd player, the 4th player in London Lightning history to record 1,000 points. With all of those points coming as a member of the London Lightning. The previous players were Marvin Phillips, Elvin Mims, and Tim Ellis, some great old-school London names for you Lightning fans out there. And, you know, it's a really big accomplishment. I know he got it in a loss, so he probably wasn't celebrating too much when it happened, but I think when he looks back on it, he's going to be really proud of that.
And Tremeek Sutherland with the jump shot misses. Rebounded by Gottslig. And White will bring it down the floor. 4:53 to go here in this first quarter. London up by 6. As White crossing over to Bell Johnson misses. Rebounded inside by Johnson. And Davis will rush down the floor, finding Tremeek Sutherland. Cavell Johnson for 3 misses. And it's rebounded now by Williamson.
Yeah, that's not really Cavell's shot, and it was kind of early in the shot clock. Not a great choice.
And meanwhile, inside, Williamson with a layup to make an 8-point lead there. So a good basket inside on that shot. Tremeek Sutherland, pardon me. So down low off the ball. And it looks like it's on Tremar Sutherland to conclude his case.
You know, that's one of those names there that makes things difficult on commentators, having both Sutherland brothers out there. For the fans at home, Tremeek is number 7. I know it's a little hard to see those numbers with the blue on the black jersey. But number 7, Tremeek Sutherland. Number 9, Tremar Sutherland. We'll try to call them by their first names so you guys can keep track of who's who. But that way you can kind of keep track for yourselves. Tremar is coming out of the game here, and Tremeek is going to remain.
Yes, Greg Morrow will come into the game now for the Titans. We apologize for the audio technical difficulties as Morrow goes in for the layup inside and makes it a 6-point game.
And again, just a heads up, guys, we are trying to fix the audio problems, we're aware, and we're working hard on them right now.
Yes, we'll fix them as soon as possible as we continue to work on the issue. As Joel Friesen giving it now to Johnson. Jump shot misses, rebounded by Gottslig on the offensive rebound, but there's another whistle. And it looks like it is going to go the other direction here. And it's Gottslig on with the foul on that, and the Titans are now in the bonus here with 7 fouls in this first quarter, 5 for the Titans.
Well, it's going to be Cooper going to the line. He's a physical player, and he's quite good at drawing those fouls when he plays inside. he didn't put up huge numbers as a member of the Mississauga Power. He also spent some time with the Windsor Express and the Island Storm last season. He's never been a huge numbers guy, but I've always been a fan of his game because he's one of those guys, simply having his presence on the floor, having that big body, that muscular guy, able to sort of push guys around down low can really open up a lot of things for the rest of your team. And I think Cooper's a very good pickup for the Titans.
Meanwhile, after those free throws, missed as Frederick Edmond puts it in on the offensive rebound. And London's now up by 8 on that shot. As Jermaine Sutherland finds Cavell Johnson. Coleman will go down low, posting up Johnson. Coleman driving inside, pump fakes, tries to get his man to get a foul, misses on the second shot, rebounded, and off goes Edmond on the fast break. Williamson calling for it, gets it, and it goes off the rim in a late foul as that's going to be on Johnson. Williamson will go to the line to shoot 2.
You know, this is one of the things Garrett Williamson is so good at. He actually has the second most free throws taken in a game with 22. And he's one of those guys who he's not afraid to play inside and generate contact and really aim for the chest when he's going down low into the post or when he's getting challenged for a layup. He really targets the chest, makes the contact, and then usually gets to go to the free throw line.
And he makes the first free throw right there. Of course, Williamson as well, one-time first-team All-Star, and is averaging 14.7 points per game with 5.4 rebounds so far. As the Titans will call a timeout as it goes up to a double-digit lead, 23-13 here. So London going on a little bit of a run here with some of the momentum after the media timeout just a few minutes earlier.
You know, it's kind of been interesting the way London's been able to get those points. We haven't seen, you know, the explosive plays. Their calling card has been, you know, the play of Royce White making these big threes, but this lead has been built at least since the media timeout. This lead's been built upon just slowly chipping away at the Titans. They haven't been getting things the pretty way. They've been just really earning their points, and I think that's a good sign for the Lightning that when they try to play that game, they're able to get those points.
And right now, they are getting those points, of course, with this double-digit lead. So we'll have to see how Coach Serge Langas will have to adjust for this, that's for sure. Especially since London's strategy of wanting better man-to-man defense to keep the Titans out of this game is working out here. As they come out of timeout here, Kyle Johnson will stay on the floor along with Frederick Edmond. Troy Gottselig also will stay in. Joel Friesen still in. Garrett Williamson still in as well. For the Titans, it'll be Jermaine Sutherland along with Orlando Coleman, Greg Morrow along with Paul Cooper and Cavell Johnson. As we start things off after the media timeout, as Jermaine Sutherland will start off the offense here. Finds Johnson as Moore will come around. Guarded by Friesen, can't get the open shot. As Coleman finding Cooper in the post. Poked loose, calling for a foul, and it's going to go out of bounds there.
Yeah, I think Troy Gottselig might have gotten away with one there. But you know what? If you get away with one, that's veteran savvy when you get a steal that way.
Well, Troy Gottselig, of course, has a lot of international experience in multiple different countries as well, coming into this season with the Lightning. As Gottselig, wide open for 3, misses off the rim. As Morrill will come down the floor, finding Jermaine Sutherland. Jermaine jumping, and that's going to count as a travel call on that one. Can't get away with that one, that's for sure. Tried to get away with a pass, but kept the ball in the end.
You know, it's kind of a funky lineup the Titans have. We haven't really seen this setup on the court, really. Of course, Paul Cooper being back is, you know, one of the major changes. And, of course, now that I've said that, he stepped out of the game naturally.
Yeah.
But it's been kind of a funky lineup. Not a ton of three-point shooting out there right now, aside from Orlando Coleman.
And meanwhile, Jameel Harris is back in the game as there's the offensive rebound. Frederick Edmond off the front rim. There's a third opportunity inside, rejected by Harris, and it will still be Titans ball as that goes out of bounds on the rebound attempt. Actually, London ball, pardon me there.
Yeah, Frederick Edmond, smart to just go up with it. When there's that many bodies down low, it's almost a guarantee that there's going to be either a foul or it's going to go out of bounds on one of those bodies. So just go up with it and see what happens.
And Frederick Edmond will have the inbound here as he finds Garrett Williamson with a fresh 24 as Kyle Johnson for 3, and he'll miss. Rebounded for a 5th time inside. Frederick Edmond with the N1.
You know, this is a lineup with the Lightning that we haven't seen a ton of either. Of course, Gottselig and Edmond haven't played a ton of minutes this season, but both have put in some great work here in this first quarter for the London Lightning and been a real key to London maintaining that lead.
And with Edmond, he's been averaging 4.5 points per game so far this season, as well as 12 points per game in college.
Yeah, and Edmond, of course, went to Western Kentucky, which is a pretty good basketball school. And he's one of those guys who, you know, coming into camp, you weren't sure who was going to stand out, who's going to make the team. And Edmond's one of those guys who played his way onto the roster. And
he misses the free throws, so he can't convert the three-point play. But the London Lightning are still up by 12. Inside 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. As Harris pump faking, and he'll miss the layup. Rebounded by Edmond, but it will stay London ball as that goes apparently off Blazek inside.
Yeah, when you're falling on your behind, it's a little hard to control your limbs, and I think the ball just ended up bumping off of Blazek and out.
And Johnson will give it back to Edmond to start off the possession. Both teams with 7 fouls each, if you're keeping track at this point. As Williamson up at the top finds Johnson, and Gottselig will post up down on the high post. Finds Johnson down to 8 on the shot clock. Williamson will charge the basket. Going for the layup, and he gets it.
Garrett Williamson having a great game so far for the London Lightning. As we got play coming right back there, that's going to be a foul on Frederick Edmond.
And it looks like the Titans try to go with the fast break, but it is a foul there on Edmond, as it appears Moore was bumped out of bounds on that fast break. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with both teams in the bonus here. With Moore, of course, he is known for his collegiate career in the CIS in part before coming to the Titans. Coming from Western, of course, he is also a London, Ontario native and was the first overall pick in the 2016 All-Canadian Draft as well. So he was also at that time the all-time leading scorer for Western as well.
Yeah, he had a great career in the OUA as a member of Western University. And of course, being from London as well, you know it's always special for him playing in this building.
Yep, as now Gottselig will get on the outside, finding Friesen on the play. Down to 14 on the shot clock. As Johnson, drive at Morrill, finds Friesen. Kicks it off to Johnson again for 3. Can he get it? It just rolls in.
Kyle Johnson has been great for the London Lightning. He, of course, came in late. He didn't get to go through camp. He came in after their first game. So we mentioned that 5 game and 8 day stretch. Kyle Johnson had to just fit in right away in the middle of that stretch.
Yeah, and he's been fitting in well, that's for sure, for this London squad, as it's rebounded by Anderson on the missed shot. And he'll slow down this possession after the fast tempo in the past few ones. As Gottselig goes for the pick, Anderson will drive inside, and it's tipped all the way into the Titans bench. And London will keep possession on that one. And coming back to Johnson, of course, whereas he came in with that big impact coming in, previously playing with Julian Boyd in college as well as with the Brampton A's in 2013-14, has already been averaging 15 points per game out of the gate. As down below, Anderson, behind the back pass, finds Edmond inside for the layup.
A little bit of razzle-dazzle there from Ryan Anderson. Beautiful assist.
And a nice pass there as London continues to run away, up 32-15 at just the 6-minute mark. It was still a 4-point game, 11-15 at the time, as it's just a small difference between the shot clock and game clock. Down to 5 on the clock. Finds Orlando Coleman, down to 2 on the shot clock. Jump shot, he makes it, and now end off the first quarter. And the London Lightning are up big, 32-17 after 1 quarter of play. So right now, it seems the momentum is going towards London's way to start things off here in after the first quarter.
Yeah, that was about everything London wants to do when they come out of the gates there. Of course, we've seen this before, London outscoring opponents in the first quarter in just about every game they've played this season. And I mean, 32-17 kind of tells you everything. That's a big gap that KW is now going to have to try and catch up on here.
That is a major problem, in fact, with the offense too, who at that media timeout, the Titans were down by just 4 points with the 11 points. After that, just 6 points scored afterwards, just 17 after the first quarter in the end. London completely took over with the adjustments. We'll have to see how everything comes out to try and counter this? Because basically, in your opinion, what needs to be done to try and counter that? Because you're down double digits already 1 quarter in.
Well, with London, they actually did a great job of adjusting on the fly for what KW was doing. KW made a couple of different switches, and London was able to beat them different ways. We saw before the media timeout, a lot of London's offense was coming from outside, from beyond the arc. So KW adjusted, tightened that up. And then all of a sudden, you've got Garrett Williamson getting all his points down on the inside off of layups, being able to cut to the rim. And again, there's a timeout, there's adjustments, and coming out of that one, you have London getting their points through quick passing and ending up setting up stuff down low. They're also rebounding quite well in this game. I don't have the numbers here. Unfortunately, the live stats are down. But again, for the London Lightning, they've played well on the inside. They've done great adjustments on the fly. You know, coaching is a chess match right now, and I think we're seeing two of the better schemers in the NBL up against each other right here. And so far, Coach Julius has made the right moves.
We'll have to see what Serge Langus, meanwhile, will counter with in this second quarter as we prepare to start things off. As Harris will start things off for the Titans, along with Moore coming in, as well as Adam Wing back in. Also in Orlando Coleman and Adam Blazek, the MBLC veteran who played with the Niagara River Lions last season. Meanwhile, for London, it will be Kyle Johnson along with Ryan Anderson, Frederick Edmond, Troy Gottslig will stay in the game, and Joel Friesen will stay in as well.
And again, I like keeping Gottslig in the game because he's someone KW is not familiar with. It's like a wrench in the plan.
And right now, that wrench in the plan has been playing very well so far. As Blazek for three in the corner. It just rolls out, rebounded inside by Anderson. And Anderson will bring things down, as it looks like they're going to go with a little bit of a slower tempo to start things off. Coach Julius known for his faster tempos. As Johnson getting inside the paint, wide open, makes it. And a good awareness to get open inside there from Kyle Johnson.
And that's a lot of the way they were getting their points just before that timeout, or before the end of the quarter, pardon me. So again, London just sticking to what was working for them.
Orlando Coleman trying to shake loose of Anderson, driving inside, and it's a whistle and a charge card. As Orlando Coleman will get the foul, and it appears, I believe it was Joel Friesen with the charge.
Yeah, I don't think that's an official stat kept by NBL Canada, but I have to imagine Joel Friesen has to be leading the league in drawing charges, because it seems like there's 2 or 3 a game that he draws. He's one of those guys, a lot of the good moves he does, of course he's averaging 9 points a game. He's able to score and put up stats, but a lot of what he does doesn't show up on the stat sheet. He's a real impact player for this team.
And he's bringing that championship experience from last year's championship with the Halifax Hurricanes, as he'll shoot the three outside, just misses. Rebounded by Harris inside. And Blazek will slow down the offense once again. 10:48 here in this second quarter, with London up 34-17 as Morrill misses the jump shot. Edmond will bring it down, giving it to Anderson. Johnson rushing to the hole, finding Anderson open for three, and it just rolls out, rebounded inside by the Titans with Orlando Coleman. And Coleman rushing towards Friesen, and there's a whistle, and that's going to count as a blocking foul. So already, just with these teams, you have to remember in the first quarter, these teams were both in the bonus. Right now, just one foul each. So that's a good situation for them already, hopefully, in the end. We'll have to see how it turns out. As Harris driving towards Gottslig, and that's going to miss. Gottslig wanted the charge there, but doesn't get it. As Edmond towards Morrill finds Johnson for three, and it just hits the rim. And Edmond, meanwhile, gets the strip, and it's going to count as no basket. And they're going to give the ball back to the Titans, as it seems Edmond stepped out of bounds there. You have to watch the lines here, that's for sure, here at Bud Gardens, to make sure you don't step out of bounds, as they're going to bring it down here alongside one of the main sidelines.
Yeah, I think they actually got him for the double dribble, but I mean, he was also on the line. It could have been either. But for whatever reason, there seem to be a lot more out-of-bounds calls here in Bud Gardens, and I suspect it might be the fact that the lines are thinner. Usually there's a big border. And, you know, if you're a player going at full speed, that does make a difference in your sight.
Meanwhile, the London Lightning double-teaming Coleman, giving it to Morrill, finding Adam Wing for three, misses. And Edmond going for the rebound, and that looks like it hurt.
Well, Edmond pretty much just landed right on Joel Friesen. It's good to see both those guys get up. Although Joel Friesen's going to take a bit of time getting his bearings back together.
And it looks like, meanwhile, some adjustments for both sides. Cavell Johnson will come in. Royce White, as the counter, will come in. Friesen will be taken out along with Gottslig after that. No, Friesen will stay in, pardon me. But they are taking out Gottslig. As Johnson posting up on White, trying to get open inside the paint. Loses it for a second. Loses it a second time. Friesen with the awareness on defense gets it. Ryan Anderson trying to get to White. Almost lost it. Finds Johnson. Johnson makes the three on a crazy possession.
And Joel Friesen is really feeling some pain right here, but he still hit the deck, got that ball, and made that play happen. Excellent and gutsy play from Joel Friesen.
And Adam Blazek trying to cross him up, going inside the paint. Just misses the layup as Coleman backs out of bounds on the rebound attempt.
You know, I love that play by Friesen. That's one where Joel Friesen just simply wanted the ball more than anyone else on the floor. And again, we saw him pretty much have Frederick Edmond land on him, and yet he still went and got that ball. So great job by Friesen. He's going to take a well-deserved rest here.
And they've taken him out here for Garrett Williamson, who's now in the game. As White trying to find the open man as Anderson tries to post up Blazek. Tries to get him to jump, finding White again. He'll shoot the three-pointer, and that misses badly. And the rebound by the Titans as Coleman will lead the fast break, driving inside, and that misses. Morrill gets it inside and puts it in. And Edmond will try and counter after that shot as Ryan Anderson pull up three, misses. And it's rebounded on the offensive rebound by Edmond. So great awareness from him tonight as Morrill gets the rejection and another whistle here.
Yeah, I don't think Coach Julius is happy with that one. He thought it was blocked and thrown back into Edmond's hands, but they're going to talk here and see if they can make the right call.
We'll have to see what the call is here. Seems Edmond has been very aware on the offensive end, getting a bunch of offensive rebounds, trying to get more possessions here. As it counts as no basket, and they will give London the ball after that, so they will keep possession. Some adjustments, meanwhile, from the Titans, as Paul Cooper is back in the game. A.J. Davis as well. 8:28 to go in the first half as London up 37-19. As Johnson will get it to start things off. Williamson with the pick. He'll find White on the outside, driving towards Cooper, and Cooper abandons the defense. No, wait, there is no basket called, and it looks like he has been called for a travel. And the Titans will get the possession. So after that one, the Titans will try and cut into this lead here with 8:16 to go now, as Johnson giving it now, no, pump faking I should say, as Cooper finds Johnson on the pass, and Johnson will go to the line to shoot two.
And that time, that was just Cavell Johnson driving aggressively and getting that attempt at the line. And so that's a great job by Cavell Johnson, recognizing an opportunity not only to get close to the rim, but I mean, when you're that close with that many people in, I think I've said it a couple times now, odds are you're going to get the foul call, so why not just go up with it and see what happens? And that's exactly what a veteran like Cavell Johnson knows to do.
And he'll miss the first free throw, as that is just the second foul of this quarter for the London Lightning. And we'll have to see how they counter here, as Johnson will make the second free throw to bring it down to a 17-point London lead. As Edmond posting up on Davis on the high point. Finds Johnson. And Anderson trying to get open. Edmond is even more open, and he's got the whistle, as Orlando Coleman will get the foul, and Edmond will go to the line to shoot two.
You know, I think that's got to be the third foul that Frederick Edmond has drawn just by being tough down low. And that's a great job by the first-year pro to do so. Again, Frederick Edmond, Western Kentucky grad. That's a very good basketball school, and he's going to go to the line and shoot two here.
Meanwhile, adjustments on the floor from the Titans as Tremeek Sutherland is in the game for Kitchener-Waterloo. And Edmond will make the first of two to bring it to an 18-point London lead, as he has just been a great impact so far for this London team so far, as he makes both free throws. Sutherland will bring it down to start off the possession, as Anderson giving it to going to Davis. Johnson finds Sutherland again, going for the switch. Down to just 12 on the shot clock, as Sutherland gets the pick from Cooper. Going on the pick and roll to Cooper, and a whistle down below as players go flying down below inside the paint.
London Lightning got to stop running into each other. That time it was Williamson and Kyle Johnson bumping into each other, taking each other out.
And it looks like that will send Paul Cooper to the line to shoot two here. So the Titans are slowly trying to claw their way back in here with this game. It's just in this quarter, I should say. Just one foul for each side in the first 2 minutes. Now at this point, up to two additional fouls in the next 2.5 minutes from London and one from the Titans, as Cooper will make the first of two free throws. And we'll have to see how he does here on the second one. And he'll miss the second. And at one point, Kitchener-Waterloo was the top free throw shooting team in the MBLC. And right now they've been missing a decent amount so far. As Johnson going on the outside, finding Royce White in the post. Posting up on Cooper, finding Johnson for three. And he's gonna miss. Rebounded by Cooper inside, as Tremaine Sutherland will bring it down. And Sutherland trying to get Johnson to jump. He gives it to Coleman, as Coleman driving inside, spinning around, trying to get around Edmond, misses, rebounded by Williamson. And off they go on the fast break, as Edmond catches it, finding Johnson inside for the layup.
Some great passing there from the London Lightning in transition. And you know Kyle Julius loves transition basketball. That's where London thrives, and they showed a bit of that ability right there.
Good transition points there to make it a 20-point lead, as there's the miss inside. Kyle Johnson will lead the fast break once again. Finding Edmond, finding Johnson outside, and he'll give it to Royce White. And Johnson for three on the White pick, and he misses. Rebounded by Tremaine Sutherland. And we're approaching halfway through the second quarter here, 6:22 to go in the quarter. And it's out of bounds, and it'll be London possession on that one, as Julian Boyd will come back in the game along with Moore. Out of the game now is Kyle Johnson, and out of the game as well is Orlando Coleman. And Anderson will start off the possession here as he gives it to Royce White. Finding Anderson for the three, and that misses. So a lot of missed shots right now at this point of the game, despite the big lead. As Sutherland finding Paul Cooper. He'll try and hand it off to Davis, but Anderson breaks it up and pokes it loose, and that is out of bounds again. The London Lightning on two separate possessions pokes it loose.
Good job defensively and active hands from the London Lightning defense. And Ryan Anderson, of course, had that first one where he not only knocked it out, but he bounced it right into A.J. Davis, and we're just seeing active hands on defense. There's nothing really crazy. There's nothing, over the top, flashy about what London's doing here. It's just pure, simple basketball, and they're just getting it done.
Well, one of the main things Coach Joyce wanted to fix was that defense, especially with the man-to-man, and it seems to be working out so far with this 20-point lead. If you're Kitchener-Waterloo and Coach Langus, what kind of adjustments would you try and make at this point to try and come, at least bring it to a closer gap at this point?
Well, last time Kitchener-Waterloo was here in London, they had a strong second half that really brought them back into the game. And the way they did that was by putting the ball in the hands of Adam Blazek and just letting him go. And I think this is the time, you're down 20, what do you have to lose? Put the ball in your best player's hands and see what he can do with it. And I think that would be the strategy if I was Serge Langus that I would be looking to do coming out of this timeout, because you want to close this gap somewhat. You don't want it to be 20 going into halftime. I know we still have 6 minutes left in the quarter, plenty of time to sort of right the ship here, but it's still a 20-point lead. That's not a comforting thought there for the KW Titans.
And as they come out of the time here, out here once again, Julian Boyd is back in the game for the Lightning, Frederick Edmond will be along with him with Ryan Anderson, Royce White, and Garrett Williamson. For the Titans, they counter with Cavell Johnson, as well as Morrill coming in, as well as A.J. Davis, as well as Tramique Sutherland still in with Paul Cooper. As Boyd will have the inbound off the media timeout and give it to Edmond to start off the second half of the second quarter. As Edmond trying to rush past Sutherland, giving it to Royce White in the post. Down to 14 on the shot clock, and he zooms right by Cooper and gets the basket inside.
Again, the footwork from Royce White down low, just very polished as a post player. And that time he was able to just get that step on Cooper and go with it.
Sutherland will try and find the man inside, dribbling up Edmond, giving it to Paul Cooper. Royce White trying to poke it loose. Paul Cooper gets him to jump, but he misses. Royce White gets the rebound, fast break, and Morrill gets the steal. Sutherland will rush it down, stops, gives it to Morrill, reverse layup, puts it in.
Great player there by both Tramique Sutherland and Greg Morrill, with a little bit of a Canadian connection there for 2 points.
Yes, sir. Tramique Sutherland, along with Bertram, Canadians from the Toronto area. As Royce White will post up, giving it out to Williamson. Driving towards Morrill, and he just misses the layup as Greg Morrill has the rebound. And A.J. Davis rushing towards the basket, hits it inside for the layup. And that brings it to a 43-25 London lead on the basket. And right now it seems the pace is starting to continue to pick up here as White posting up Cooper. Can't find an open man, and he zooms by Cooper again, rejected inside by Morrill.
I love that block from Morrill. Royce White, an intimidating guy to have coming right at you. Morrill did not back down and got the block, and then Cavell Johnson on the other end with a nice 2-pointer there.
And a good 2 points inside there to bring it down to a 16-point London lead with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. As Anderson finding Julian Boyd wide open for 3, just misses. And rebounded again by Morrill as Tramique Sutherland will set up the offensive possession again. Finding Cavell Johnson, and he can't get the handle, it's out of bounds. London Lightning basketball.
You know, I'm just looking at the advertisement down there, and we've seen quite a few crashes in the past couple Lightning games. Looking at the way that thing's buckled over on the one side, I'd say that got hit once or twice, eh?
I'd have to say so as well. It looks like it's about to just start laying flat on the ground at this point from being fell on top of a couple times.
It's putting up a fight. That's your hard worker of the game right there.
And the Titans are trying to put up a good fight as well. As Edmond has the ball poked loose by Blazik. And Julian Boyd will get it after the save. As Anderson gets the pick by Boyd. Inside of Boyd, misses, and that's out of bounds as that lands all the way to the second row.
Bit of miscommunication there. I think Boyd wanted the ball as he was coming away from the key, and then Anderson tried to hit him with a cutting pass. That Boyd was just nowhere near.
And we'll have to see what happens from here on out. That was not what you want to see there as Johnson will miss the shot. Boyd with the rebound inside, but Paul Cooper gets the strip and puts it in for the slam dunk.
Great play from Paul Cooper, who's shaking off the rust in a big way with a play like that.
And a good possession there from Cooper to get the strip on the rebound from Boyd. As Edmond slowing things down as we're down to just 3 minutes now. Anderson open on the pick. Gets and finds an open man in Edmond, and that's a basket.
Unfortunately, we don't have stats, but this has to be Frederick Edmond's best game as a member of the Lightning.
It has to be right now. He's been an impact on both ends of the floor. As meanwhile, we have a jump ball as London will get the possession on that one. So a lot of hustle down there to try and get the ball, and we're seeing a lot more hustle plays from both sides right now, approaching halftime already.
You know, I love that play by Troy Gottslig. We saw Joel Friesen do it earlier. London players just not afraid to hit the deck and get the ball when it's out there. And that's just a case of guys wanting it more, and a great hustle play there by Troy Gottslig.
And now Edmond will get the pick from Gottslig, finding Williamson. Back to Gottslig on the pick and roll, rejected. And Moore will lead the fast break. It's a 3-on-1 for London as Blazik from way outside. Yes, he's got it.
He shot that from the Bud Gardens logo. That was a mental shot there from Adam Blazik.
And Ryan Anderson will try and put it in afterwards. Misses. Williamson misses. Rejected twice as Frederick Edmond with the putback. He's got to have at least 5 or 6 offensive rebounds in this one. He has just been eating up the glass inside on the offensive end. As Blazik gets the pass to Cooper, finding Morrow for 3. He's got it. And the Titans are going on a bit of a run as they bring the lead to just 12 with 1:48 to go.
That's a big shot there from Morrow and something KW needed. The momentum was really going against them, and now they get some going their way.
And Williamson will kick it out to Gottslig, who finds Anderson. He'll put up a 3. He can't make it as Gottslig finding Anderson again. This time he gets it.
Ryan Anderson with a nice answer 3. That's another big one. We're seeing momentum swinging left, right, and center just all over the place between the Titans and the Lightning.
And we'll have to see how the momentum swings from here as Coach Joey is looking to make some adjustments meanwhile. As Paul Cooper down to 7 on the shot clock, tries to find Johnson, finds Davis instead. Davis misses the rim, and it's rebounded inside by Williamson.
Oh.
And a hard hit as Boyd is down.
I only caught the tail end of that, but Cooper, it looked like the elbow of Cooper caught him. And of course, the London player is not very happy with Cooper for that.
That is not what you want to see down there, that's for sure. As it looks like they were going to start making adjustments to possibly bring him out, actually, before that.
It might be to avoid a fight here. Cooper and Anderson were still jawing at each other until, I guess, very recently. The refs did a good job stepping in there, so good job by the refs who are still trying to keep Anderson away.
And we'll have to see what their decision is on that play there as they're discussing things with just a minute to go in this first half. And it looks like they're going to give a technical foul.
Unsporting foul starts at Titans, 7:32, Paul Cooper. That's his first.
And it is an unsportsmanlike foul on Paul Cooper, it appears on that. And Julian Boyd will be brought in to shoot the free throws.
Substitutions on the play to the line for Lightning.
London had wholesale lineup changes about to come into the game here. So we'll try to let you know who's coming in, who's going out when we get a shot here. But Boyd, able to make the first.
And it looks like right now it might be possibly Anderson coming out, but we'll have to see once the substitutions are full. Junior Cadogan looking to get in. Kyle Johnson also looking to get in. Joel Friesen. And it is Anderson coming out, as Boyd will stay in after that. Gottslig still in as well, so he's been putting in a lot of big minutes tonight. And Friesen will have the inbound on the side. And Cadogan will start off the possession after the technical fouls. With the unsportsmanlike fouls. Or free throws, I should say. As Friesen getting the pick from Boyd. Stops, rests, finds Gottslig on the outside. He'll take a 3, and he misses. Tipped, and it's going to go towards the Titans' way on the rebound attempt.
Yeah, I think they're going to actually call a foul here on Boyd, too.
It looks like, yeah, that right afterwards, immediately there's a foul on that. Got to be a little bit of a bad break there, kind of. As now Blazik down to just 37 seconds to go in this first half. Trying to get the pick. Cooper with the pick on Cadogan. He'll shoot the jump shot for 3. He makes it outside.
Well, there's Blazik, and he's what I was mentioning earlier. He's their best player right now. Get the ball in his hands and see what he can do with it.
And he's been hitting it now, that's for sure. As Cadogan driving inside for the layup, he makes it inside.
Great tough play by Cadogan, and he was able to avoid the contact just enough there to make sure that he didn't get a charge against Paul Cooper there.
And this will be the last shot of the first half as Blazik puts it up. And that's rebounded as that'll end off your first half. The London Lightning are up 54-38. So what do you think of London at this halftime point?
Well, I like the game they played in this quarter. The second quarter and the first quarter were both just pure, simple basketball. There was nothing crazy. They just made the right adjustments. They had the right responses. And I like the fact that they kept their head there when Paul Cooper and Anderson / Boyd, I guess, had the little bump there.
I like the fact that they kept their composure, they kept their cool. It's something that, you know, we saw when Windsor was in town. Royce White got ejected due to just bumping really with Nick Evans. And that really hurt them in that game because Royce White had been their best player. This time everyone keeps their cool, and you get to keep everyone in the game. So that's a good improvement there from the London Lightning. Also, it looks like we do actually have some stats, so I'll give you guys the stat breakdown. Right now, the leading scorer for the London Lightning is Frederick Edmond at 12 points. Kyle Johnson and Julian Boyd each have 10. And then Frederick Edmond actually had the first half double-double by getting 10 rebounds in that first half. Royce White with 6. Taking a look at the KW Titans, leading scorers, Adam Blazek with 11. And on 4 of 5 shooting, also with 11 points, is Greg Morrow. So the London kid having a good game here in his hometown at his home court.
Yes, right now with Morrow, definitely a good night for him as well. And I'm surprised. And as well, looking at the stats here, already a double-double from Frederick Edmond, as you pointed out there, the 12 points and 10 rebounds. A lot of those have to come on offensive end because London has already gotten in this one 10 offensive rebounds to Kitchener-Waterloo's 5. That has got to be an issue if you're Kitchener-Waterloo right now.
Yeah, and again, we've been mentioning the rebounds by Edmond having a big impact. It's something that they've been that he's really been doing that we haven't seen from them really in a while. So it's a really big deal that Frederick Edmond's been able to get those kind of numbers, considering he hasn't had huge minutes for the rest of the year. I think the one that stands out to me, though, is the assist number. London moving the ball much better with 15 assists compared to KW's 9. And I really think that ball movement is what led to the difference.
I believe so, too, as well. As we'll take a step aside for just a moment, we'll be right back here on Knoxstrom TV, here from Budweiser Gardens. Here with the London Lightning up 54-38. We'll be right back in just a moment.
And on this side.
just a director of publicity and promotion.
Hello everyone, I'm Justin Prince back here. Alongside me here is Audley Stevenson, celebrating his 5th season with the NBLC here. So congratulations on the honor here with being with this league. How do you feel about being with the league now for 5 years?
It's been incredible to see the growth, Justin. I've immensely enjoyed my time. I believe strongly in the future of this league and what it's trying to accomplish. And really, when you look at the product on the court, I just feel honored and blessed at the opportunity to have some part in the hand in the growth.
And what kind of growth have you seen since your first season with the league and so forth, compared to now, here entering NBLC's 6th overall season?
Well, I mean, certainly on the court, we certainly know what we've seen year over year over year. But then the general interest in the league has also grown. We had a conference call with all the teams before the season, and we started talking about, there's all these different websites and blogs that have now sprouted up because they've taken an interest specifically in what the league is doing. And I think that's the conscious effort of a lot of individuals like myself that's working hard to make this thing go.
And that definitely, I have to agree with you, that's for sure. We're with a lot of the fans and so forth, and doing the media side as well with your position as well.
Right.
Trying to get things together. So basically, as well, what can we see from you in the future here? Now within the first 5 years, what can we see from the next 5?
Well, I mean, really, the job is just really starting from my perspective. There's still lots of growth. There's still a lot to do. We're not here yet. There's lots to do, and I think that's the exciting part because there's lots more to accomplish. And I have to say, if there's anything I'm really proud of, I'm proud of. When I think about the last 5 years, I think of the relationships, because without those relationships with the players, the coaches, the teams, the owners, the board of directors, me doing the type of work I'd be able to do wouldn't be possible. And I think if there's anything I'm most proud of, it's that. But also, again, looking ahead, there's still lots to do, and there's still lots to accomplish, and there's still lots of room for growth. And that's what kind of keeps me going and keeps me motivated and strong.
I definitely agree with you with the motivation part. Just one quick last question here before we get going here for the second half.
Yep.
What is your favorite memory with the league so far, if you don't mind me asking?
Ironically, we're standing at the spot when the London Lightning won the very first championship. I came here with my son in year 1, and we were almost. This is the exact same spot that we stood at. And I remember looking, the time. The time ended. Banners and confetti. Fans were screaming and cheering, and I kept saying, "Wow, this is just a cool experience." And I have a picture of my son and I were sitting on center court where all the mayhem was around us, and that's probably one of my fondest memories.
All right, thank you very much, Audley, for the time. I'm Justin Prince. We'll be back with the call for the second half in just a moment. You're watching Nottingham Digital Media with London Lightning taking on Kitchener-Waterloo Titans. We'll be back in just a second.
Well, welcome back, Lightning fans. While Justin Prince makes his way back up here, you're going to have me for a bit. Of course, Justin Prince will have the play-by-play. I'm Chris Croucher with the color commentary. And we're getting ready for the start of the second half here. The Lightning up 54-38 so far in what is a bit of a revenge game here for the London Lightning. Of course, KW taking the win in Kitchener last time these two teams played a week ago. And it's going to be Adam Wing with the throw in here, as Adam Blazek's going to take the ball, defended by Ryan Anderson. Wing sends it over to Johnson. A.J. Davis is going to take the shot, and he makes it. A big three-pointer there to start the KW Titans second half by A.J. Davis. Justin Prince with the call.
Yes, sir, here, all back here from downstairs, as right now the Lightning up by 13. As Cadogan misses the shot, rebounded by Harris, as Davis will lead the charge. And Anderson tips it loose. Williamson with the fast break, trying to go for the slam, and it's rejected. And Wayne will get the rebound, as they'll slow things down there. And Harris going inside, and he's got the N1.
Great job by Jamel Harris there, targets the chest and gets that contact for the foul, and he's going to go to the free throw line now to get another attempt here. Justin, you just sprinted up the stairs. You can take a breather for a second as we got Jamel Harris going for the free throw here. Now down at the other end, boy, did we ever see the bodies hit the floor. That was a little bit scary there for both London Lightning and KW Titans players.
A lot of physical intensity from tonight's game, that's for sure. As Harris will shoot the free throw and misses. He's 2 for 3 on the night overall. As White will lead the charge for the London Lightning possession. As Criswell puts it up, and he's got the N1.
You know, Anthony Criswell has been a big part of this London Lightning team. I think they might have the best rotation of front court players in NBL Canada this year. And Criswell, he's a big part of that. He comes off the bench. He's averaging 10 and 6. But I really feel he's a guy who could start for almost any other team in NBL Canada. He's a very athletic player and a big part of this front court for the London Lightning.
And Criswell will try and complete the three-point play, with that being his second basket, I believe. No, first basket, pardon me, there, and he misses the free throw. So both teams countering with N1 possibilities, missing the free throws. As Harris giving it to Johnson. He'll shoot the three-pointer, and it just misses as Anderson got the rebound. And Anderson will lead the charge, finding Criswell. Criswell with the slam dunk.
Great play there. It's a defensive breakdown and some iffy communication there from the KW Titans. Leaves Criswell wide open with a clear path to the bucket.
And Blazek trying to communicate with his team now on the offensive end, as he'll shoot the three-pointer and misses. Rebounded by Royce White. That will be rebound number 8 on the night. And he'll find Criswell down low in the post. He has a bit of a size difference down low, but A.J. Davis will strip him down low and lead the fast break. Stopping, trying to find the open man in Cavell Johnson, and he finds him.
Well, that was all A.J. Davis there. First, he makes a very smart and agile defensive play there, stepping in front of Criswell, and then that pass there to Cavell Johnson. I don't think anyone saw him let go of it. That was a thing of beauty.
And Cavell Johnson with 9 points, as Royce White makes it 8 points for him, meanwhile, on the other end, as London up to a 15-point lead. As Harris, guarded by White, trying to find Wing, as the Mans rotate, as White makes the rotation. Blazek crossing up Cadogan. Criswell making good defense, as Blazek misses, rebound by Harris on the offensive rebound. And Blazek double-teamed, poked loose, and they'll keep it their Titans possession still. And a substitution on the floor now in the game here for the first time is Marvin Singleton. So we'll see how he does, as A.J. Davis will have the inbound on the side.
You know, Singleton, a lot like Edmund, he's a guy who really fought his way onto this roster and really earned a spot in training camp.
Johnson with the post up out of the gate, trying to get by Royce White. Shooting the shot, and it just misses for a three-point play. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. So good effort there, as he currently has, keeping track, 9 points and 6 rebounds, as he'll try and make free throws number 3 and 4 on the night.
Yeah, for those of you who like to follow along on DAX stats, it wasn't working in the first half, but it is up now and it's running, so if you want to keep that open while you're listening to us, you can do so now.
And Johnson will make the first free throw. He's been to the line 1 other time, missing 1 and making 1. And he will make the second. And the Titans playing some hard defense off the inbound here this time, as Williamson will give it to White. White challenges Johnson, driving inside, whistle on the floor. It looks like it might be a blocking foul. If not, might be going to the line to shoot 2. And Cavell Johnson with his second foul on that, as Royce White will be going to the line here to shoot 2.
You know, KW has been very disciplined in this game. They've got only 12 fouls. I believe that makes it 13, pardon me. So 13 fouls, but other than Adam Blazek, none of them have more than 2 fouls, as opposed to the London Lightning, who are now looking at Julian Boyd having to sit for an extended time after accumulating 4 fouls in that first half alone.
And White will make the second free throw to make it a 14-point game. And that is coming after, of course, in that first quarter, both teams were in the bonus with fouls. As Blazek finding the man down low in the post, and Harris getting by Singleton, misses, but Cavell Johnson gets the offensive putback. And Johnson with the awareness there to put it in the basket. As White, driving in, and he puts it in for the slam dunk.
Oh, Royce White with the statement dunk there. Great play.
Well, that's one way to get up into double-digit points, as there's the steal. Thrown up down the floor, and Cadogan gets the layup.
Well, it's NFL playoffs, but I don't think you're going to see a better throw there than the one Ryan Anderson just laid into Junior Cadogan's breadbasket there.
A throw similar to an NFL quarterback right there. As Wing trying to find the man as Harris tries to get open down the post. Singleton and Harris. Harris makes his man fall over, gets the man to jump, and he's got the travel. He had the open shot there, but got the travel near the end. Almost looked like he could have got 2 free throws, 2 off White. But Harris overall with the travel at the end, not able to capitalize.
Yeah, it's all a matter of whether or not you thought White went straight up and down there. He obviously made contact with Harris, and the ref decided to go in White's favor on that play.
And Anderson will get the ball off of Cadogan's pass. White posting up in the low post. Spins around. Johnson kicked on him as White gets the slam.
The post moves of Royce White just too much.
And Cavell Johnson on the other end will go to the line to shoot 2 as Davis tried to pass to him on the fast break.
And I like that foul there from Garrett Williamson. If a guy's going to have a clear lane for 2 points like we saw right there, you got to foul him and make sure, not just foul him, but make sure he can't get the 2 points while you do it. So I like that foul there from Garrett Williamson. It's only a second in the game. He had plenty to give.
Yes, and that is a good thing as well, with London just 3 fouls now in this third quarter so far. As Johnson 3 for 4 of the line so far tonight with 13 points overall. He'll make the first. And Johnson will set up for the second one here. He'll make the second, go 2 for 2 for the line, and bring things a little bit closer here. As Cadogan will find White. Guarded by Cooper. Going down low. White inside for the layup. It just rolls out. Rebounded by Cooper. And Blazek will lead the charge. Finding Johnson. Finding Adam Wing in the corner. Cooper down low and a whistle. And it looks like that's going to be on Royce White. Looks to be a reach-in. Yes, it's a reach-in. That is going to be foul number 3 for Royce White. So he's getting in a little bit of foul trouble.
And now we see a situation that played out in the second quarter playing out here, where White and Boyd both have to take a seat on the bench because of foul trouble. This is an opportunity for KW to put up some points and close that gap.
And Wing trying to get open to try and just do that as he tries to shoot past Cadogan, and he misses the layup. Cadogan will lead the break. Finding Williamson, the ball comes loose on the slam dunk. Davis with the rebound on the tip. Driving towards one-on-one defense. He misses. Rebound by Singleton, but a whistle on the floor.
Not sure what the call is there. Are they giving that to Anderson?
We'll have to see here. And Marvin Singleton will get his first foul on the play. And it looks like Tramar Sutherland is in the game for Adam Wing for the Titans. Titans will have possession here after that. And here we go, 7 minutes to go in this third quarter as Ryan Anderson strips Blazek. Rushing down the floor, finding Cadogan, finding Williamson, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. And some more physicality down low as Anderson fell into the front row.
I think Cadogan probably should have just gone up with that one. I think the extra pass was a bit much. But, I mean, all's well that ends well. As Garrett Williamson, one of the better free throw shooters for the Lightning, I really hope I didn't jinx him, is going to go to the line here for 2.
And right now tonight, 2 for 3 shooting from the free throw line for Williamson, as he'll try and add to this London Lightning lead with 6:58 to go. And he'll make the first free throw. And they'll set things up here. Try and go for the box out. And he misses the second. Rebounded by Cooper. And Cooper will give it to A.J. Davis after the rebound. Driving towards the inside of the paint. He gets it on the layup.
A.J. Davis seems to have that extra step every time he plays in London. Of course, A.J. Davis spent most of the offseason in camp with the Lightning, got cut, and GM Stu Julius of the KW Titans immediately plucked him and added him to this team.
Meanwhile, Williamson will get the layup in the end one.
Great play to get the hoop and the harm there from Garrett Williamson. He's really done a good job here. He doesn't force his points. He's able to take them within the flow of the offense. You don't need to run a play for him. You don't need to do anything special to get him his points. He's just so good at picking his spots, picking his moments, and just executing to perfection when he does have the ball in his hands.
With him up to 11 points here, he'll try and make it 12 to complete the N1. As London starting to play well once again, 42% shooting overall, despite missing as well 6 free throws out of their 17 attempts. And Williamson will miss the free throw. And Davis rushing down the floor, going for the layup, and it's a whistle, and it looks like he's going to the line to shoot too. So back-to-back times going to the free throw line here as Davis will go to the line. Anthony Criswell will get his third on the night on that one. And Davis will go to the line. First time tonight for him. So far he has 7 points along with 3 rebounds and 4 assists as he misses the first. Both teams seem to be struggling a little bit with free throws overall if you look at the totals. 10 for 16. Well, it could be here. 11 for 17 for Kitchener-Waterloo. And right now, London 11 for 18. What are your thoughts on that real quick with this possession here? As Williamson sets things up here.
Pardon me, put me on the spot a bit there.
We'll pause for a second there,
yeah.
actually, there, as Harris gets the rebound inside. We'll get back to that in just a second. As Davis picks that by Cooper. Finding Harris again, going for the layup inside, misses, rebounded by Cooper. And Jernar Sutherland passing out to Davis on the second chance. Cooper gets the pass inside but loses it. Edmond with the steal. And Edmond's out to the races, finding Ryan Anderson. Backhanded pass. And Anthony Criswell will go to the line to shoot 2. And as I was saying there, I apologize for putting you on the spot there for a second. But with the free throws, as we go into the timeout here, that is one thing that I think is kind of affecting things a little bit. Kitchener-Waterloo 11 of 17, London 11 of 18 right now coming into this timeout.
And I think that's the lucky thing for both teams is the fact that despite the fact that that one team isn't shooting well, they get bailed out by the fact that the other team isn't shooting well. So if you're either of these coaches, you got to be pulling your hair out a bit and being a little frustrated with the fact that if you make your free throws, this is a much different looking game, especially if you're the KW Titans who need every point you can get right now. I mean, for them, that's 6 points that they don't have, that they could have to make this only a 10-point game. And I know 10 compared to 16 doesn't seem like a huge difference, but really, as soon as it hits double digits, as soon as you get over 10, I feel like 10 is the point where you still feel like you're within reach, and as soon as it gets over 10, that's when you start to feel a little let down, like, oh man, we're really down here. So I really do think there's a difference that those free throws could have fixed.
Yeah, because right now they are even in third quarter points right now. If you look at those two, 16 apiece right now. So you add on those missed free throw attempts, those points, that would be a major impact overall on this game. Overall. As London looking to make a couple adjustments in lineups, it looks like Joe Friesen will come in the game for the London Lightning.
You know, I think the real story here for the London Lightning has been ball security. The turnovers right now, 14 for KW, 7 for the London Lightning. I mean, that's twice as many possessions in London's favor. So for the KW Titans, you really got to take care of the ball. And I know we haven't seen Ricky Tarrant tonight, and he's usually their primary ball handler. And I think not having him here has kind of hurt because they don't have their starting point guard. And that's how you see the turnover numbers start to pile up when you got guys who aren't used to being the primary ball handler having to fill that role.
And we'll have to see what kind of adjustments they go from here on out. As meanwhile, Anthony Criswell will make the first free throw after that one, and he will try and go for the second here. And he'll miss the second, actually, as Paul Cooper's got another rebound tonight. He's up to 6. As Tremeke Sutherland starting the possession off. Tries to pass it. That's going to go towards the scores tables, and that's going to stay Titans' possession on the tip. Some good awareness there to tip that ball there, but just couldn't keep it in bounds there.
Well, part of the reason for the turnovers, London's had very active hands on defense all night.
And that was one of the main concerns Kyle Julius had before, was that man-to-man defense, and he's definitely seen the results of the positivity of having that work out here, as Friesen will go down the floor with a rebound. Edmond giving it to Singleton as they'll slow things down. Pick set by Singleton. Frederick Edmond stepping back, finding Criswell. Friesen will drive towards the basket, shooting in the paint, and he makes it.
Joel Friesen, just a very savvy, intelligent player, and he's having another great game here for the Lightning. A difference maker in all sorts of ways.
Right now was just his first basket overall, but he has still made an impact overall, though. As Tremeke Sutherland down to 10 on the shot clock. Pick set by Cooper. Sutherland going out, kicking it out to Harris. With 3 on the shot clock, misses. Rebounded by Edmond. Strip, but Tremar Sutherland puts it in for the layup.
Frederick Edmond just got hoodwinked there. Tremar Sutherland with the excellent steal.
Good awareness there as Tremar Sutherland with his first basket on that one. As Friesen whistle off the ball, and that's going to go Titans' way, as that's going to be on Singleton on the screen.
Yeah, it's one thing to set a screen, it's another thing to grab the guy you're screening, and Marvin Singleton just a little too rough on that one.
And that's his second foul as well. Adjustments on the floor. Greg Morrill back in for the Titans. It looks like Paul Cooper will be out as well for this possession.
A little surprised we haven't seen more of Morrow. That's a tongue twister. As he had a great first half. He was one of the leading scorers for the team in that first half. I believe it's the first time we've seen him in this quarter, shooting 4 of 5 on the game.
And with 11 points as well, as Morrill giving it out to Tremar Sutherland. Sizing up his man with 8 on the shot clock. Shoots it from outside, misses. Fight for the rebound, and that goes out of bounds, as that'll be London ball. I'm not sure about the shot selection there. It seemed like that was a little bit of a contested shot there overall.
Yeah, and I think that's a problem we've seen in the game a bit too, is sometimes the shots that KW is settling for, they've got a little bit more time on the shot clock than they think they do, and they end up settling for shots that aren't necessarily the best ones, and London's the type of team that'll kill you if you can't make your shots.
Meanwhile, Kyle Johnson, shot deflected inside, and that's going to be a whistle, and it looks like they might have just given a technical call on Tremar Sutherland, and he is surprised. Harris is surprised. Everyone's surprised. That is a technical on Tremar Sutherland.
Well, Tremar was trying to keep the ball in and try to bounce it off a Lightning player, but he didn't even hit a Lightning player. He hit Jamel Harris. So I think Tremar Sutherland just got a tech for hitting his own teammate with the ball.
I guess so, as Johnson will shoot the technicals.
That's something.
Well, that was what you have to do to try and get the rebound on that kind of possession there, as Johnson will make the free throw. He has one more technical, of course. That's his first time at the line as well, up to double-digit points right now, as he'll make the second to make it 12 points on the night. And Tremar Sutherland will be taken out after that technical, as Coach Langus will try and calm him down. And it looks like Johnson will continue to shoot technicals. In fact, I think Sutherland might be out of the game for good after that.
Did they give him the double tech?
Well, that was 3 free throws on that, so it looks like they sent him to the bench at the very least. We'll have to figure that out, that's for sure, as Edmond will inbound it to start the possession. Guarded by Sutherland, giving it now to Criswell. Friesen finds Kyle Johnson, a whistle off ball, and that's going to be on Anthony Criswell again, and Criswell now having his 4th foul on the night.
And again, Boyd in foul trouble, Criswell in trouble. and Royce White in foul trouble. The front court for London hasn't really been able to get anything going. London's been pretty lucky that they haven't really needed those guys. They've been getting great efforts out of guys like Edmond, but you wonder if this game ends up closer near the end of the game, if that might be trouble.
Speaking of effort from Edmond, he's going to try and put it up for the layup, misses, but the offensive putback by Criswell, who is still in the game with the 4 fouls. As Tramique Sutherland finding Morrill, stopping, looking for an open man, guarded hard by Friesen. Harris trying to spin around with Criswell in his face, and he makes it on the jump shot.
Clutch shot there from Jamel Harris. He's a guy who hasn't done a whole lot of scoring tonight. That's only his 6th points in this game, but he's one of the guys they really count on defensively because, again, they don't have a ton of bigs, but at 6'9", he's one of the few guys with the height to play on the inside.
Joel Friesen will shoot the 3, misses. Rebounded by Wayne, and he'll bring it down the floor. Tramique Sutherland leading the fast break, finding Orlando Coleman, and he's going to miss the shot. And Singleton gets it, and we're off and running with the fast tempo. Edmond stolen on the pass outside by Wayne. Wayne almost lost it there from effort from Edmond, as Sutherland finding Coleman, going inside, misses, and there's another whistle. That's going to be inbound on the side. And that's going to still be Titans ball, it looks like.
I like that job by Coleman just going for it. He knew he had the bigger defenders there. He wasn't very likely to get the points there. I'm sorry, Justin, go ahead.
Actually, it's free throws there, pardon me there. Sorry for cutting you off. You were saying sorry?
Oh, no problem. But with Coleman, I like the fact that he just went up with it. He knew he wasn't going to get the buckets. There were 2 much larger London defenders there. But the thing with a bigger defender is they're not quite as nimble. So if you jump into them, odds are you're going to catch them right in the chest, and you're going to go to the line. So I like that play by Coleman.
And Coleman will make both free throws meanwhile, as that brings it to an 18-point London lead with just over 2 minutes to go. As Edmond up at the top, pick set by Singleton down low, finding Criswell for 3, air ball, and that's going to be rebounded by Coleman, and he's out to the races. Coleman going up for the layup, and that's going to be the charge card inside.
Yeah, Coleman trying the same trick that time, and unfortunately for him, the London Lightning were wise to it. Now it's going to be a Lightning ball. Great job to draw the charge.
And that was Joel Friesen with another charge card or charge there. So once again, showing his effort there as well. As London trying to save a little bit of time on the inbound as Kyle Johnson calls the play. Giving it to Edmond, pick set by Singleton on the pick and pop. Singleton will stop, shoots, misses, and it's rebounded by Singleton. Harris almost got it. Joel Friesen for 3. He gets it.
Huge 3 by Friesen. Things were getting a little bit chaotic, but Marvin Singleton gets the ball back and makes a very controlled pass to Friesen.
And Harris inside, double teamed. Ball picked loose, and that's going to stay Titans ball. And that was off Anthony Criswell. So that is still going to be Titans ball, of course.
Almost caught Audley Stevenson. He almost got a ball to go along with his ring.
Of course, he got a ring during the halftime ceremony with Commissioner David Magley for being with the league for 5 years, as Morrill shoots the 3, misses. Offensive rebound as Joel Friesen gets it overall. As Edmond finding Kyle Johnson. His defender falls over, but there's Criswell with the rebound and the putback.
Yeah, Kyle Johnson adjusting the fact that I think Adam Wing just blew a tire and almost face planted right in front of him.
And Singleton gets the whistle and the foul. So that is now his 3rd. And just like that, both teams are in the bonus approaching the end of the 3rd quarter. As now Wayne will go to the line to shoot 2. He has no points on the night, 0 of 2 shooting overall. This is his first time at the line overall.
You know, that's okay for a guy like Wing, because a lot like Friesen, it's not necessarily about what he does on the stat sheet. Wing plays great defense and does a lot of the little things correct. And that's his influence on the game. He's averaging about 9 points a game. So he, like Friesen, he can score when given the opportunity, but he doesn't need to be scoring to make an impact.
And he makes both free throws to put himself on the scoreboard meanwhile. Still making an effort, as you mentioned, off the scoreboard. As Friesen going to play with less than a minute to go. Gives it to Johnson. Down to 12 on the shot clock. Going down low to Singleton. Has a size mismatch. And it's stolen by Coleman. Here comes the fast break. Morrill's going to lead it. As Morrill goes up and puts in the layup. It almost rolled out, but it went around the world and went in the basket anyway. And that brings it down to a less than 20-point lead, 19-point lead for London. As Johnson, corner three, next to the bench, he gets it! And Johnson with his third three of the night. As Tremik Sutherland rushes down, tries to get the whistle, and it looks like he'll go to the line to shoot free throws.
You know, the Titans have not had a terrible quarter here at all. They've scored 26 points in the quarter with a chance to add to it. That's not a terrible quarter. However, defensively, they've allowed 29 against London, and when London was already up by nearly 20, that's just not going to cut it.
And Sutherland will shoot the free throw, shot clock off after these ones. As they counted as the end one, it looks like, for Sutherland. And London will have very likely the last shot of the quarter. As Friesen double teamed as they're looking like they're going for the full court trap. Harris gets it. And it looks like London will get the ball as that goes out of bounds.
Yeah, and although it didn't work out for them that time, I like the fact that KW put on the pressure there. Junior Cadogan's not in the game right now. London doesn't really have a true point guard in the game. They don't have a guy who's a comfortable primary ball handler. Put some pressure on him. See if you can force some turnovers.
And less than 10 seconds to go here as Criswell driving inside, rejected, and it's going to be a whistle inside, and it looks like it will go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, I believe that's going to be on Harris there, just a little physical. And it's a little unfortunate because if Harris had just left him, I think Morrow had the block there.
Yes, and that is his second foul as Criswell will go to the line with 9 points in the night, 1 for 3 from the line so far. He also has had 3 rebounds, and despite the 4 fouls, he is still playing well on both ends of the floor. And he'll make the first free throw on that one with 3.2 seconds to go. And it looks like Orlando Coleman and Kyle Johnson are all set for after this free throw as he makes both. Wing giving it to Tremik Sutherland. Down to 1 on the shot clock. Shooting the jump shot and it misses. And after 3 quarters of play, the London Lightning are up 88-67. So basically right now, London almost seemingly running away with this right now.
And I think what's really separated them has been their depth. This is a game that, you know, Julian Boyd, Royce White haven't been able to play a ton of minutes, and that was the story going into this game. Of course, Royce White put up triple doubles in his past 2 games against KW. So, I mean, I think a lot of people came into this game expecting that front court to be the story, and it certainly has, just not in the way we expected. Despite not having their 2 main front court players, they're outscoring KW 50-30 in the paint, which is just an absolutely massive number for this point in the game. I mean, the London Lightning only have 38 points that aren't in the paint. That's pretty impressive. So the Lightning just doing a good job of sending it down low, being aggressive. They're drawing fouls. They're getting to the free throw line with 25 foul shots already in this game. It's been the type of game we haven't really seen London play, but we didn't know whether they could play this style or not. Now we have our answer.
Yeah, and right now you mentioned the front court as well with the foul trouble. One player who stepped up, Frederick Edmond, the leading rebounder for London with 12, with his double-double right now. So, surprisingly, he was the one who's filled in the void with the hustle plays tonight.
Yeah, for Edmond, it's a guy who hasn't gotten a ton of minutes this year, but because of the foul situation, he got an opportunity. He's done a great job with it. I'm sure there's a couple of turnovers the coach would like back, but otherwise, he's been very, very solid. And he's not really a front court player. He's not really built to be a power forward or a center or anything. But they've done a great job by committee. If you look at the London numbers here, they've got 5 guys in double-digit points with an entire quarter to go. It's really been a team effort all the way through for this London Lightning team, and they've had an excellent game.
And we're almost set to go here for the final quarter of play. Ryan Anderson will have the inbound. Junior Cadogan in for the game, as well as Royce White and Julian Boyd back in as well. Garrett Williamson in. Jamar Sutherland back in as well after having the technical foul in the 3rd quarter. As well in the game now for the Titans as we start the possession is Keem Beniad Sharif as White. Guarded by Cavell Johnson. Boyd fighting down low on Greg Morrow in the post. Finding Junior Cadogan. Williamson finding Boyd in the post. trying to get the size mismatch. He gets the layup inside of the post.
And I like Julian Boyd, despite having those 4 fouls, not being afraid to go after someone on the offensive end.
And a good shot there, getting the mismatch as Benny at Sharif. Passes to Jamar Sutherland. Finding Morrill, down to 13 on the shot clock. Steps back for 3. It's off the rim, rebounded by Boyd, and he'll lead the charge. Finding Junior Cadogan. Almost lost the handle, but he finds Ryan Anderson for 3. Yes, sir!
And right now, this London lineup is clicking. These are all the guys who started the game. They had tons of time on the bench. They're well rested, and now they're ready to pull away.
And Benny at Sharif will shoot the 3, and he gets the response.
And they're going to need that to keep London from getting to pull away.
Yeah, right now it is a 23-point London lead as Cadogan gives it to Boyd. Tip loose, and Jamar Sutherland's off to the races. Whistle called, and it's on Junior Cadogan as he stops the fast break.
I like that one by Cadogan. He's only got 2 fouls in the game, so you've got plenty to give if you're Cadogan. Why not stop the rush? It was 2-on-1 coming back the other way, so make them earn it the hard way as opposed to just letting them have a free bucket there. And I think they're deciding if it's going to be a clear path foul or not.
And I thought it was a clear path foul, or close to it at the time, and they are going to give him the clear path foul, as Jamar Sutherland will go to the line to shoot 2. This will be his first time to the line here, as Coach Julius not happy with the call, it seems.
Julius seems almost flabbergasted that that ended up getting a clear path.
As Sutherland will make the first free throw.
You know, as mentioned, there was someone behind Cadogan, but I guess they must be feeling that the London Lightning player who was there just simply wasn't close enough to intervene on that play.
And he goes 1 for 2 at the line meanwhile.
A little bit of ball don't lie right there.
As Sutherland, Jermaine Sutherland gives it to his brother. Jermaine Sutherland gets it from Tramar, pardon me. As Jermaine Sutherland setting up the play. His brother Tramar trying to get open. Jermaine Sutherland sizing up Cadogan. Trying to go inside again. Poked loose, going out to his brother Tramar. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Tramar will step back. Gets the pick from Johnson. He loses the handle. Morrill gets it. Finds Benny at Sharif in the corner, and he misses. And that's going to go to London on the rebound by Anderson. Boyd down the floor for the layup on the fast break.
That was a difficult shot there. Julian Boyd, excellent effort to adjust to Greg Morrow's attempt at a block.
Despite being limited on minutes due to the foul trouble, he's now up to 14 points. As Ryan Anderson with a great steal on the awareness. Finding Williamson, going down the floor. He's going to miss the layup, rebounded by Johnson. And here comes the fast break again. Morrill driving towards White. Stops, finds Benny at Sharif. Benny at Sharif. Going in, misses. Offensive putback misses. Ball poked loose, and that's going to go London ball. And a lot of effort from both sides in the past couple possessions there. And Cavell Johnson will come out of the game now. Here comes Cooper for the Titans.
You know, it's a little bit risky that Jamar Sutherland's playing the minutes he has. He's still out on the floor, but he's got 5 fouls in the game. He's 1 away from fouling out here.
That is a major concern, that's for sure to watch for. As now Williamson finding White. Posting up on Cooper. Zooms by him again and gets the layup on the post.
And the way he ducked under Cooper's arm there was just a really, really smooth move by Royce White.
And it just seems White is on a different level in terms of his post moves compared to Cooper, constantly doing that all game long. As a whistle on the floor here, and it's going to be on London, it seems, off the ball.
You know, Royce White's not going to get a triple-double tonight, but, you know, he's had a very good game. Of course, he's been limited because of the foul situation, but I think he's done a very good job, all things considered.
And he has, with 15 points in the 8 rebounds along with 5 assists. As Cooper down low, loses the handle, and that's going to stay Titans ball. As it looks like that bounced off of White's back. And they go to Cooper immediately. He shoots the jump shot. Can't make it. Jamar Sutherland tries to get the poke, and he can't get it. Williamson will give it to Boyd to start off the possession. 9 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. London up 97-71. Whistle on the floor off the ball.
That's going to be on Benyad Sharif there as him and Anderson just sort of mingled together, I guess, as Anderson was making a cut.
And it's going to be inbounded on the side here as it's going immediately to Boyd. White just inside the three-point line, trying to find the open man in Anderson. Gets it right by Moore on the pass. Anderson sizing it up, going to White. He challenges Cooper with 4 on the shot clock. Down to 3. They have to get a shot off, and they do. The buzzer! And Junior Cadogan, and the buzzer makes it.
This is just not KW's night. You have a great defensive sequence there, and then Junior Cadogan throws up the prayer, and it goes.
And Tremaine Sutherland will miss the jump shot from mid-range, as Cadogan will lead the charge. White posting up, finding Boyd. Boyd loses the handle, and the Titans will get the possession. So another turnover there, turnover number 15 for London. Kitchener-Waterloo 17 overall tonight. As Morrill will give it to his Tremaine Sutherland to start off this possession here. Ben-Yed Sharif coming around, finding Morrill, finding Tremar Sutherland. And Sutherland switching to White on defense, trying to find his man in Cooper, and that's going to go out of bounds. And Cooper could not get the handle on that one. And London calls a timeout. Coach Julius doesn't seem to be happy with how this team's looking despite being up by 29 points.
Well, I mean, this has to be the... This is one of those times where, yeah, the coach is happy with the lead. He's never going to be sad about being up 29. Yeah. I think this is more about getting everyone to lock in. We've seen them struggle in the fourth quarter when they've had big leads before this season, and they just sort of seem to lose it in the last little bit. And I think this is Coach Julius bringing everyone together and just saying, hey, look, guys, you're up 29. Don't let up. You can't just let them get back into this. You have to finish them. And I think that's what Coach Julius is telling his guys right now.
And you have to remember the past 2 games with these guys here at Budweiser Gardens, both when you combine the preseason matchup and the first game of the season between these 2 teams, London was up by double digits in both of those games. Kitchener-Waterloo clawed the way back and made it close, once going to overtime, once with Ryan Anderson sealing it for 3 down near the end, bringing it from 3 points to 6 points. So he doesn't want to see the same thing happen here, only this time it's 29, not just 15 points or 10 points.
And again, the fact that they actually, this sounds meaner than I mean it to, but the fact that they've actually expanded on that lead in the fourth is already a step forward from what they had been doing earlier in the year. But again, we talked about all the different games that they had to play right at the start with the 5 games in 8 days. They didn't really get to practice, and the thing that gets affected most by that is the defense, because that's where you get to know what certain teammates prefer to do. That's where you get that chemistry building. That's where you get that knowledge of what players on your team like to do and how to adjust and when to switch. When is a guy going to do the switch? All those things are sort of unspoken. You get to build that up in practice, and now the Lightning have had a chance to do that.
And we'll see what they did here as Cadogan will start out the possession here. Anderson gives it to White. Cooper on the guard. And White crosses over, and he's got the N1. And a nice layup inside there with a crossover to get the N1 on Cooper. And Paul Cooper has his 3rd foul. Royce White now with 17 points, looking to make it 18 points with this one here. Coming to the line, 1 for 2 on the night.
Well, that 17 is going to make Royce White the leading scorer for the London Lightning in this game, which is rather funny considering we just mentioned how he hasn't been able to play much. And he's really been a big part of London pulling away here.
And yes, he makes the N1 there as Cooper passes outside. Morrill gets it from Tremar Sutherland for 3. He's got it. And that is a 3 outside there, his 2nd. And he's up to 16 points on the night.
And for him, that's going to make Morrill the leading scorer on KW right now. Great job by the London kid.
And White looking to see how the play develops here as Anderson tries to come around. Gives it to Junior Cadogan. Down to 6 on the shot clock. Pick set by Boyd. He goes on the pick and roll. Gives it to Williamson. He gets his man to jump. Puts up the jump shot, and it's off the front rim. Tremar Sutherland will lead the fast break. He stops, trying to cross up Anderson. Finding Ben-Yed Sharif for 3. Rebounded by Cooper. And a whistle, and it's going to be on Ryan Anderson, it looks like. Ryan Anderson tried to get the ball loose there on the rebound attempt, but just could not get it. As Tremar Sutherland will have the inbound on the side. Gives it to his brother, Tremar Sutherland. And with a fresh 24, they'll try and get the shot here. Tremar Sutherland guarded by White. driving inside, finding Morrow for three. He's got it.
Greg Morrow heating up, and he hasn't gotten a ton of minutes tonight. But again, he's now their leading scorer with 19 points in the game. He's leading all scorers in this matchup.
And right now up to 19 there as whistle on the floor, and it looks like it will be on the Titans on that one. And Tramique Sutherland with his second foul. His brother Jamar still at 5 fouls as well. And another whistle off the ball. And this is going to stay London ball. Benyad Sharif with the foul this time. So 2 quick fouls there, and they'll change the inbound position there after that whistle. And Cadogan will give it to Anderson with 6:24 to go here in this fourth quarter as Anderson for three misses. Rebounded by Sutherland, Jamar Sutherland giving it to Morrow. The hot hand going for the layup, and he's going to the line to shoot two.
I love the confidence from Morrow there. That time, not being afraid to go up and try to get those points. He had, again, a bigger defender there, and that's kind of been something that both teams have been doing well tonight. When you see that bigger defender, just go right at him. Get the contact, get the foul.
And right now, with both teams, these will be free throws 25 and 26 for Kitchener-Waterloo. London also with 26 on the night overall, as Morrow makes the first.
You know, the refs get some flack, but in this case, they've done a great job of calling an even game. You know, every single game you're going to have some calls that make you sort of shake your head, as we see the missed free throw end up in 2 points there.
And Paul Cooper with the offensive rebound and puts it in for two on the putback.
But as I was saying, sometimes you see the calls that'll make you shake your head, but I think what's more important is the momentum and keeping things even.
And boy, Pokestar rises a few Titans players down low for the slam. And the momentum swinging back and forth here as Jamar Sutherland gets the layup immediately afterwards. And Garrett Williamson stops the play and will slow things down here. The tempo picking up a little bit more quickly than both teams seem to want here as Boyd sets the pick, finds White. Down low, Tramique Sutherland pokes it, but White gets it back. Going to Cadogan, and he's going to shoot the layup, misses. Fight for the rebound, and Benyard Sharif will rush it down the floor. Tramique Sutherland to his brother Tramar. He shoots the three outside, misses, rebounded inside by Boyd. And Anderson going on the fast break. He gets the slam dunk. And that's going to now make it 107-82 on the basket by Anderson. Up to 8 points on the night for him. As Tramique Sutherland crossing up Cadogan, going inside for the layup, misses badly as it's rebounded by White.
Not sure I like Tramique Sutherland just trying to go for it himself there. You've got Greg Morrow, who's been a hot hand in this quarter. You're down by how much? I'd just keep feeding the hot hand until it cools down.
And meanwhile, Williamson gets the layup on the great awareness inside. And a great play there to find Williamson down low. And this lead continues to grow here with 4:34 to go. Tramar Sutherland loses the handle, stolen by Boyd. He's off to the races. Gives it back to Boyd. Here, he puts it in for the slam. And there's the timeout. The momentum is swinging towards London's way as they are up 11-82.
Yeah, and this is just the London Lighting putting on a clinic. They're pulling way ahead here with a very good fourth quarter. And it's amazing to me just the fact that they've won each quarter by, other than second quarter, it's been by quite the wide margin. So London has to be proud of their effort. I mean, this is a KW team routinely ends up over 100 points. Hitting 100 isn't a problem for them. And London has them at only 82 at this point in the game. That's a fantastic effort. We know Coach Julius has been preaching the defense, preaching that that's what they need to work on. That's what they need to get better than. Well, you know what, Justin? I think they've been a lot better tonight, and I think the coach is going to have the biggest grin by the time this game's over.
I think so, too, especially holding Kitchener-Waterloo to 35.9% shooting tonight. That's for sure.
Well, it all started with the tone they set in the first quarter when they held Kitchener to only 15 points in that first quarter, and they've just let that quarter set the tone for the rest of the game. And something that we didn't see earlier in the year was the fourth quarter always was a trouble area, and now that seems to have gone away. This is by far the best 4 consecutive quarters we have seen the London Lightning play.
And they still have another 4 minutes and 22 seconds to go in this final quarter here. As they start things off here, Titans have possession. Tremaine Sutherland will set things up. Greg Morrow coming around, gives it to Ben-Yard Sharif, finding Cavell Johnson. Ben-Yard Sharif sizing his man up, finds Tremar Sutherland for three. He misses, rebounded by Frederick Edmond. And he has just been dominant on the glass tonight. 13 rebounds, a team high for London. As Kyle Johnson giving it to Joel Friesen. Pick set by Gottselig. Down to 8 on the shot clock. The ball's tipped and it's going to go towards, looks like it's a kicked ball on that play. It is going to stay in London possession. And they'll get a fresh reset here to 14 on the shot clock. So they have a few more seconds here to get the shot off. Edmond gets the play. Anthony Criswell trying to set the pick. Gottselig coming around. There's the switch, finding Criswell. Criswell will put it up with the layup.
Great play by Criswell there. Again, another guy working with a bad foul situation.
And Tremaine Sutherland for three. He gets the response. And he comes back down the floor with a three. And meanwhile, Edmond will slow it down again. Going for the pick and roll again, finding Gottselig. Down low to Criswell. Criswell can't get it in this time. He gets the rebound, and he taps it out of bounds. It'll be Titans possession.
Ben-Yard Sharif with two very, very clean, nice blocks.
And right now, the Titans, one of their main advantages tonight has been the blocks. 18 blocks to London 0 tonight. As Tremaine Sutherland gets the pick from Johnson. Finding Johnson now, as around comes Morrill. Morrill driving it in. He puts it in for two.
Yeah, if I'm the KW Titans, Greg Morrill's the only guy who seems to have anything going in this quarter. Keep feeding him the ball.
And he's got 22 overall in this game, and he has been the red-hot hand overall for this Titans offense in this fourth quarter. As Gottselig waiting for his man to open up. Can't find anyone. Finds Kyle Johnson this time. He gets the N1.
Well, Kyle Johnson, we haven't seen a bunch of him in the second half because they haven't really needed him. So he comes off the bench kind of cold, and he's still able to produce. That's going to give him 18 points in the game.
And Kyle Johnson will try and complete the N1. Of course, since signing with London, he's been averaging 15 points per game and 4.2 rebounds per game. Of course, he also has Olympic experience in him as well from the 2012 London Olympics. As Tremaine Sutherland will bring it down for the possession. Inside 3 minutes to go. As Johnson finding Morrill, calling for the pick. Doesn't get it as Morrill sizing up his man in Edmond. Comes around for the hook shot, misses. Johnson can't get the putback. And Gottselig gets the rebound. And Kyle Johnson will lead this offense down. Sutherland, he gets the reach in. And that's going to be Titans now foul number 6. So London is close to the bonus here in the late going. And finally, we're back underway as Kyle Johnson will inbound it. Giving it to Criswell. They'll try and wind down this clock here with this big lead. As Edmond, guarded by Sutherland. Tremaine Sutherland, I should say. Down to 2 on the shot clock. He has to get it off. Shoots it for 3, misses. And rebounded by Johnson. Cavell Johnson with rebound number 9. And he'll lead the offensive charge this time. Tremar Sutherland can't get the handle for the shot. Tremaine Sutherland will lay up. Go for the layup, and that is a reach in. And that is before the shot. So, in fact, they are going to count it as an N1, it looks like, in fact. So they do count the basket on the reach-in. And Joel Friesen questioning the referee a little bit there, but the referees overall have called a balanced game in my opinion, as Sutherland will make the free throw, pardon me, to complete the three-point play. Less than 2 minutes to go, 1:16:90 to go here in this fourth quarter. As Edmond finding Criswell. Dribbling up, finding Joel Friesen. Friesen, guarded by Morrill, finding Gottselig, down low, can't get it, but there's another foul down low, and that's going to put London in the bonus. And they are going to Benyard Sharif will get the foul. That is his 4th. As that will send Edmond to the line. Criswell, to the line. This is going to be free throw attempts 7 of 8 as he makes the 4th of the game for him tonight. Up to 14 points tonight from him. Despite the foul trouble, he has played pretty well tonight as well. And he misses the second free throw. Rebounded by Morrill, and Jermaine Sutherland will try and lead this possession here. Gives it to Johnson. Jamar Sutherland, stolen inside by Edmond. And Edmond will slow things down to try and wind the clock down. Gottslig coming around for the pick. Edmond will instead give it to Criswell. Finds Friesen. Down on to 9 on the shot clock. Friesen gives it out to Criswell for 3. Misses. Rebounded inside by Benyard Sharif. And we're down to less than a minute to go in this game. As Tramique Sutherland shoots the jump shot, makes it. And that makes it now a 25-point lead. 25-point lead for the London Lightning with 41 seconds to go. And Johnson shoots the jump shot, misses. Rebound by Benyard Sharif. And he'll lead the possession here, as this is surely to be one of the last shots from the Titans, but there is the whistle inside by Criswell on the reach-in. And Criswell with his 5th to stop the possession. And Tramique Sutherland will have the possession here. Sizing up Friesen, shoots the jump shot, misses. Shot clock is off, and it looks like we're just about finished up here as Frederick Edmond will wind things down here at Budweiser Gardens. The London Lightning will win big over the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans 117-92 to stay on top of the Central Division as they win this one here at home. So basically it was domination from London to end off this game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so. And I mean, that 4th quarter, 29-25, not a huge difference, but for London, it's a huge difference in the fact that they haven't really closed out that 4th quarter the way they wanted to, and they were able to tonight, and that's huge for a London team that's just now finally getting to work together in practice and really become a unit. And tonight just showed exactly what kind of potential they can have once they reach where they want to be.
And right now, looking at the stats for tonight overall, Kyle Johnson finishes up as the leading scorer with 19 points for London. Royce White, 18, 9, and 8, so he does not get the triple-double, like some people were wishing, it seems. But it was a good performance from him overall, despite being in foul trouble for him. Julian Boyd also had 18 points and 7 rebounds on the night, also had some foul difficulties. So London having a balanced attack overall, with overall 6 players in double digits. Meanwhile, with Kitchener-Waterloo, you have Greg Morrill as the red-hot hands, 22 points and 6 rebounds. And you also have Cavell Johnson with 15 points and 9 rebounds as well. 11 points from Adam Wazik overall. So basically, as we wrap things up here from Budweiser Gardens, basically, what does London need to do as they have to prepare for tomorrow's game against the Windsor Express?
Ice up, because tomorrow's game against Windsor, it's going to be physical, especially after what we saw when those two teams matched up against each other before. So that's going to be the key for the London Lightning, is just getting prepared mentally for the fact that Windsor, is going to be in their face, going to be physical. You got to keep your cool, and you got to work within that physicality.
And we'll have to see how they match up there, as we'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. as the London Lightning take on the Express here at Budweiser Gardens. We'll see you guys tomorrow. This has been a Nottingham Digital Media presentation, bringing media excellence in Southwestern Ontario. Have a good night from London, Ontario, everyone.